like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for Mark Boersma for Dummies and Breaking Apart Jim's amazing 2.5 minute video. And we're on 17 now, so you might want to move on. So, Roseanne, I'm just curious, you and I have known each other for 42, 43 years probably, married for 41 years. Do you wish that somebody, honestly, you can be honest and say, hey, I wish somebody, would have, I wish I would have had this book, before I married Mark. Elaine and Nora, do you
Yes,
know what the honest answer
yes.
is? Yeah. Now, being curious, what does that mean?
Well, I guess it's the kind of thing that you also wish that you had a menu when you have your first child too.
Yeah,
So
man.
you wish you had
Right.
a
Right. Like an instruction book on how, like, you know,
how to deal with you.
right. And so, is Rosanna jealous that Jim went ahead and, Mark Boersma? How come not Roseanne Boersma for Dummies? Like, how come she doesn't get a book? I don't know. So this has to, you might want to move on. I wish that my daughters were here. I wish that my sons were here. I wish my other friends were here because this has a lot of significance. Elaine, you've known me for, I don't know, 4 years. Do you have additional insight on this to give wisdom to people on this?
In regarding to you might want to move on.
Yeah, like how do you emphasize, like, it's best just to say, listen, I'm just not going to be Mark's friend. I'm not going to be around him. Just do it up front rather than later.
Right. If you don't want to, if you don't want the honesty, you don't want the truth, then just forget it. Just go.
But why, Elaine?
Well, because all it's gonna do is gonna, if you don't want it, then it's gonna make you mad, or it's gonna it shouldn't hurt you because the truth is, the more truth there's to it, the more, or yeah, whatever, however you say that usually.
Right.
Um, but it's just going to cause frustration for you because you don't agree with what's being said. So
But I think it's deeper than that, a lot deeper. Nora, can you help Elaine out?
Um, not sure.
Anita, can you help Elaine and Nora out?
Mm, not sure that I can.
All right. So
because
I'm
it's
going
like
to,
it's going to go get down to the very core of you.
oh, it's gonna create what you think is irreparable damage to you. Like when Ken Bucci said to me, yeah, don't go in for therapy, Mark, with your dad dying. I shared that story, I'm pretty sure, with all of you. And so, like, yeah, don't go in. Why not, Ken? Because that therapist will need therapy and medication for the rest of their life. So Ken understood, like the guy is going to go ahead and unearth stuff that's going to create, like, it's going to rock you at the core. And if you're a man, like, it's even more so. It's even more so. And so it's almost like you're going to be damaged forever. You can't unsee it. You can't unexperience it. You can't unhear it. Like, you can't do that. I'm just saying that's what it is. So, in the friendship, your voice in my headset book that and podcast series that Nora and I putting together a few weeks ago, Rosanna read this from Facebook. When trauma gets triggered, you don't act your age, you act the age your wound was created. Think of it this way. Your mind is a house, and somewhere in this house, there is a locked room that you haven't opened for years. Something happened in that room when you were 8, 14, the younger version of you. Something happened in that room. So what you did was turn off the lights and shut the door, and you kept on living in the rest of the house. But that room doesn't disappear. It just waits. The moment something enters your mind and it sounds like that old fear, that door comes barreling open. And all of a sudden, you are right back at the age that the hurt happened. And that's why you shut down. That's why you panic. That's why you get defensive, because it's never today's version of you reacting. It's still the young version of you trapped in that room that never got to finish the story. But here's the thing. True healing is not pretending that the room doesn't exist. It's walking back into that room, turning on the lights and making sure your younger version of the younger version of you feels safe. And I changed that. It's not, you don't want safety. You're an adult, for crying out loud. Grow up. Like, put your big boy and big girl pants. You don't want to feel safe. You're an adult. That's the problem. You're looking for safety. I want to feel safe. All these feelings. You don't want to feel. You want to feel strong. You don't want to feel strong. You want to be strong. Because when you do that, you stop reacting as the younger version of you, and your actions finally start growing up with you. Not because you feel safe, it's because you are strong. And when you stop acting like that, entire room doesn't exist. You take your entire house back. That's what we're after. Take it back. And if you don't want to do that, you know what? It's fine. It's moving on. Because you're going to put all your childhood stuff on me. You just will. And it's okay. I don't care. Just don't care. Like, you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to grow up. You don't want to heal. You just want to be your 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10-year-old self. You want to do it's okay. Just move on. Because if you don't, what could happen? None of you know? Really? Holy cow.
You blame Mark.
Well, yeah, but when you blame Mark and you get all this other stuff and you do all this stuff and you do all this drama and antics and tears. I had a grown man yesterday. He's crying to me. He cried to me before. It's fine. I'm a big crier. I'm not mocking his tears. I'm mocking his stupidity. What he thinks he's done that, been there, done that before. Goofball. You're just trying to get out of it. You don't want to go to prison. So I don't know. So what can happen?
You won't grow.
Okay, this is what can happen. I'm not saying it will. Like this gentleman yesterday, he's afraid he's going to prison. Like, I don't know that he did something illegal, but I'm guessing he probably did. Don't know it. Don't have to. All I need to do is notify the SEC and SEC and say, hey, here's the name of somebody, and he might have done something that might have harmed people. And it's funny because the poor goofball, he's like, how's that going to help the people that I've hurt? That's not the point. The point is for you not to hurt anybody else again. That's the point. That's like a sexual abuser. How is that going to go ahead exposing what you did? How is that going to help the people that you hurt? Might not, but you're going to prevent it from doing it to other people. Well, okay, but there's something much, much, much more potent, much, much more dangerous. Much, much, much more dangerous, much, much, much more fatal. Because the biggest fear of an imposter, we've talked about this in the past, is exposure. And how could they be exposed? See, people don't study. People don't pay attention. People don't study. They don't pay attention because they're full of feelings. And when you're full of feelings, are you really learning anything? I don't know. Don't know. Not God. Don't know. Seems like maybe not. So how, I mean, you can't control me. You just can't. You cannot control me. And so you and I have an experience together, you know, you and I have an experience together. That's our experience. You can share it. I can share it. We can share that experience with other people. Do I share every experience I have with everybody? I don't. I just don't. But I could, just like you can. When you got somebody that's got a goal to reach 8 billion plus people, impact every area of their life in a significant and fun way, that's a pretty big reach, right? Who's that? Who is the first person that comes to mind that has this massive, massive reach of people?
You.
No. It much bigger than that. Think
Graham.
big. What's that?
Billy Graham.
Okay, Billy Graham did for sure. Yep. Yep. Who thinks they're maybe like who's recent? They actually have names for her followers.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so so you have an experience with me, or like there's this dude out there, and he mistreated his wife, and his wife's a friend of mine, ex-wife, is a friend of mine, and I don't know what to do with him, and his family, they mistreated her too, and I don't know what to do with them. They don't know me, but they might. I'm just saying, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do in these situations. And so just because you have a gun doesn't mean you should use it. And I'm not saying a gun from that perspective. I don't have guns. I'm fine if people do. It's fine if you have a gun. That's fine. My sons, they had guns, and so
Well, that could mean any kind of type of weapon, right?
right. Like the biggest threat to the goofball, the biggest threat to the biggest threat to a pastor is the biggest threat to the people that look good is for them to be revealed for the goofballs that they are. Like there's this one pastor out there that, poor sap, like he's entitled. Now, when he's playing pickleball with me and he's like, yeah, I can't believe that those guys got the pickleball court and I didn't. That revealed his heart. Is that the heart of the whole pastoral staff? I don't know. You can tell very quickly. All they got to do is just watch this podcast, just listen to this podcast and say, was it one of our pastors that did that? Do you have to kick him off? Do you have to fire him? You don't, but there's a heart issue there. It doesn't. Or do they all laugh about it? Like you get up and you go ahead and raise all this millions, literally millions of dollars, and you're telling everybody from the stage, we're doing this to go ahead and help other people and draw other people and be part of the community. You've got a great story. But behind the scenes underneath, it reveals the heart. And that is, I'm entitled because I'm a pastor. And so I should get to play when I want to play because they're my courts. And so that pastor, that poor guy, like I'm not naming names. I have no animosity to him. I just somebody needs to help that dude. because he's got heart issues. He just does. So it could be on a podcast. It could be in a book. Or it could be where? It could be what? It could be on a song. Like Taylor Swift. Like, imagine, think about that. Have a little empathy. If you were one of her ex-boyfriends, like, dang. Like, I don't think she names them, but everybody knows, okay, that song is about that dude. like, so she makes millions, billions of dollars off of heartache that she's had with some guy. It's like, boy, like, so yeah, you could have a song. You could have a song about you. Do you want a song about you?
Probably not.
Well, I think Elaine does. I mean, like, there's so many. Oh my goodness. The song about Elaine would be the coolest song in the world. We can talk about squirrels. We can talk about pigs in that song.
You could even talk about cows.
We could talk about cows. There's so many things we could talk about. It'd be the funniest song in the world. So, like Elaine, I don't know, like she cares about people and she learns and she grows. I wouldn't mess with Elaine. Not just because a song could be written about you, but there's pigs there, and I don't know. Like, man, wow. Like, so the thing is, I'm tired of people abusing other people. Not that I care, don't miss it. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the people that put on the ones in prison, okay, they're in prison, but the ones that aren't in prison that hurt and maim and gossip and talk a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's an Amish dude out there, and his conversation with me was amazing. Like, he judged a young single mom and hurt her business. What do I do about that? And then he's got arrogance to go ahead and say, that he's got other men that say that my business is not biblically based. And I challenged him. Well, where isn't it biblical? Let's talk about these men. So what they do is they get together and they talk about other people. They gossip about other people. And it's like, really? So I don't know what to do about him. So there's some goofballs, if you're listening and you're thinking, what does Mark think he is, God? You obviously don't have an understanding of God like I do. No, not even close. But biblically, you can see things, exposure, and the Bible name names. And so, I mean, the benefit of not naming names is when you name situations, you name out situations. There's a whole bunch of people say, was he talking about me? Could be, right? Could be. Might be talking about you. I don't know. I don't know. So all of you, it's cool that you're going through this. And again, you can interrupt at any time. I mean, it's pretty amazing to me. You're going through, these 21 videos on 2.5 minutes. Does it really take 21 podcasts to cover 2.5 minutes? It seems like it does. And so next we're going to be talking about, if that's you, and you don't have a sincere desire to grow, then this is going to be worst thing you've ever made. Like, I'm telling you, I'm just telling you. Like, do you want to go ahead and be a song? Do you want your entire congregation to go ahead and, like, don't have to name names? All you got to do is to just give a couple details in the song. Like, just give a couple details. And those couple details kind of reveal it. So I'm just saying. And then, so I just want to try to give you a couple things I learned in a short relationship with Mark. I hope they're encouragement to you. So it says that again, which I think is good. It bears repeating. And then I believe with all my heart that those of you that really have a sincere desire to grow in business, growing your ability to serve your fellow man, your heart's desire to be a better human being so that you can make the world a better place. Like he listed, it's not about business. The only where is God? Like, he created you to be amazing. Like, where is your calling? And then finally, like, welcome aboard. It's going to be a great ride. Like, I don't know. It'll be a great ride for somebody. I don't know who that is. Anything else that any of you have? Okay. So, I'm excited about getting to the end of this thing. And so I don't stop short. If you know somebody who says, yeah, I want to meet Mark, I don't know, send them through this. Like, I want to talk to Mark, send them through this. Like, I really want to get to know who Mark is, send them through this. If they're not willing to go through a 2.5-minute video, do I want to waste my time? I mean, they could get hurt. Seriously. So it's not for my benefit. It's not for my benefit that we're doing the 21 podcast. It's for your benefit. You've been duly warned. And you know what? If you think you're so tough and I don't need to go ahead and go through it, fine. Then enter into the ring and see what happens. Just saying, just do it. So always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.